Okay, the next one is from worksheet 11P, question 6.5. And what we are going to do here is a substitution. We have an algebraic expression. This is our algebraic expression. There we have the values assigned to the variables. So a is equal to 3 and the value of b is equal to -1. Now whenever you substitute, you must always use brackets. Whether it's a positive number or a negative number, just always use brackets because it will make your life much easier. So what do? Wherever we see an a, we will substitute it with 3 using brackets. Okay, so inside the brackets we put a 3, then we cube it. Then we say plus 5. So you rewrite everything that you see here, including the exponents and the coefficients, but wherever you see the variable, you just substitute it with the value of the variable. So we see a b, so that's a -1, but we put brackets, very important, to the power of 3. Just imagine if you didn't put a bracket there, what's going to happen? It's going to look like 5 minus 1 to the power of 3, which is not right. Okay, the 5 and the b to the power of 3 are next to each other. It means they are multiplied. So to indicate that, we have to put brackets, because if there's something in front of the brackets, it also means multiplication. Okay, then we have plus 2, then we have a, and a is 3, so we substitute it inside brackets with 3, and then b is -1, so inside brackets -1. Okay, now this looks much easier. Now we can go ahead and calculate it. 3 cubed, that is 27. 3 times 3 times 3. Then be careful now, because what is going to happen here? We see inside the brackets a -1 raised to the power of 3. So is this negative going to stay a negative? Yes, because if you multiply a negative 3 times, you end up with a negative. Okay, that's an uneven exponent. So if there's a negative there, it's going to stay a negative. Now that means if this is going to stay a negative, so -1, what is -1 to the power of 3? That will just be -1. Okay, so we'll have plus 5 multiplied with -1. Okay, so we got rid of the exponent there. Now here, what do we have? Even before writing down the sign here, so let me just scratch this one out. Be careful with the sign, because what do we have here? We have positive 2 times 3 giving us positive 6 times -1 giving us -6. So what do we get there? -6. That's why I scratched out the positive sign, because you have to be very careful. It's a positive 2 times 3 is positive 6 times -1 is -6. Okay, so now we have 27. There we have a positive 5 times the -1. That will give us -5. So be careful with your signs, very careful. And then we have -6. So it's 27 minus 11. And that will end up as 16. And that's your answer.